Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you why you guys should take your Security Pro certification. So I'm just going to go through all this stuff, kind of like what I'm learning here, like what's it about, and then show you what they're doing, to teach me and like kind of why I recommend this course. Right now I'm through halfway through chapter 6, so I'm a little bit under halfway through the course. It's taken me about, I think, end of September till this day of middle of November. So we're moving along pretty good compared to my last one, which I passed my PC Pro test through Test Out, and this is also through Test Out. It's Security Pro, I believe is what it's called. But anyway, so as you can see here on this left side, they have chapters 1 through 14. They go through the introduction, kind of brief thing. What I'm going to go through here is like how do they use the simulator or the lab stuff? How do they have show their notes and all that? How the quiz is. So kind of what stuff looks like. So let's go through chapter 1 here. So what they have is just a security overview. What I like to do here, for me personally, I'll pull my notes up for you guys really quickly. But what I like to do here is click this copy button here. I will then drag it to my notebook on my other monitor, but I'll pull this open and then I will paste my notes in this side here. As you can see, I have my chapter 1 already in, and then here I have all my chapters labeled from 1 to 14 again, and then every single subsection where they put notes in, and then where I can go back and review for the test eventually in probably another 2.5, 3 months again. So that's kind of what it looks like. But for this section, you move on and then you watch a video. I'm not gonna watch the whole video, but then you watch it. It talks about what you're doing, and then some videos also mention like what you're gonna do in the next lab, and I'll kind of go through that. But then at the end of every unit, you have a section quiz that's generally about, I don't know, 10 to 15 questions long, and you got to get that 80% to pass. Next, I'll be showing you guys kind of like a lab. So as you see here, we have our notes, the video, quiz, and then on this mouse one is a lab. So what you do here, you just click the Start Lab button, and it loads into your virtual machine. You got what you need to do on the side. You go through, do whatever you want, open Google Chrome, File Explorer. Some of the stuff isn't simulated, so if I were to go into settings and like clicks through certain stuff, like as you see here, the feature's not simulated, so I couldn't do anything for this lab. I may need to do something there in another lab, and then they'll allow me to go and kind of mess with things there. But anyways, once you're done, what you want to do is just click Score Lab. Generally, there's not questions. It just happens to be this unique lab that I happen to pick, but there'd generally just be a Score Lab here, and then a Start Over button to just wipe the whole slate clean. But once you click Score, it tells you what you did, what you need to do, and pretty much how to do it if you really are struggle and need to do stuff like that. But anyways, I'm pretty much going to be going through what I'm learning. So here on chapter 2, as you can see, there's a lot of social engineering, so preventing people from trying to almost manipulate their way in, faking being someone else, and trying to get into your system, or maybe just the physical layer, like the computers in your network. So next we have chapter 3 of physical, short chapter, but it just pretty much saying like emphasize physical security, maybe security guards, smart cards like IDs, maybe cable locks, fence around your building, just anything physical that you can prevent access to your network, because that data can be very valuable to those companies. Next we have network, another short section, but basically like being a network manager, a little bit about networks, managing your network, mapping out your network, what IP goes to this computer, who manages this computer, and kind of etc. with all that stuff. Next we have devices and infrastructure, setting up the routers, VPNs, and kind of that kind of general area of things. We learned, a little bit of hacking in this area, where we learned about spoofing our MAC address, pretending to be someone else or pretending to be something we're not, as you see in this lab here. This is actually one of my favorite labs in here. Next, kind of what the chapter I'm on, we have chapter 6, where you have to manage those user accounts, restricting access, grouping users, preventing certain controls for local users, kind of all that general stuff. So that's what I've been through so far. But you also see cryptography, trying to encrypt stuff, decrypt stuff, all great things that you need to know for the real world. That's kind of what I like about Test Out, that it's can be a lot better than those like CompTIA certifications where they have these labs that give you like almost like real life scenarios, I kind of want to say, and not just a straight study for the test and only the test. Like, as you see at the end, they also have practice exams for the Security Plus, and then they have practice exams for the Security Pro exam where you can get certified. I also forgot to mention here, if you go to this other page, but if we were to click modules and as it loads, at the end of every unit, we have a like final exam. So as you see, we have a Security Pro Unit 2 exam, and then we have a vocabulary exam at the end of each unit. So it's great. It's great study material, great kind of like certification, to go into. I highly recommend it, and that's pretty much it. That's what's great about Test Out and Security Pro.